Hendon, in this league, I know you're not going up against the opposing quarterback, but in this league, on the other sideline, that there's going to be a big-time quarterback. How much do you enjoy knowing that there's a quarterback on the other sideline each week that is talked about as much as yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the quarterback community, is worldwide, and it's always cool, just to interact with the quarterbacks, pregame or postgame, whatever it may be, and just kind of chop it up with them, see what they're thinking, and then vice versa. It's always just a blessing, just to be, a part of the quarterback community.
We're getting to know more about Jalen Hyatt now that he's sort of ascended. Seems low-key with us, maybe the best dressed on the team, ultra-talented. Maybe. Top 5 best dressed on the team.
Okay.
I'm curious to know, when you got here last year, what were your first impressions of Jalen Hyatt?
Yeah, dating back to when Jay Hyatt was committed to Virginia Tech, I remember him being on his official visit, and one of my roommates, Trey Turner, who I grew up with, was hosting Jalen. So Jalen was at our house, hanging out the whole weekend, and we just had a good time, through that process. And then he'd come up for some games or whatnot whenever he could, and we'd chop it up. So we've had a pretty good relationship, for some time now. Then getting here, that was one of the first people I contacted, because that's pretty much all who I knew, other than Bryce Thompson, but he already had left for his draft process or whatnot. And I remember the first weekend, it was me, Walker Merrill, Jay Hyatt, and Jay Wright. And we were in the indoor, just throwing balls, and he wanted to see if I could really throw the ball. So I was like, yeah, man, you came to a couple games and saw me play. But he's just really genuine and loves to have a good time. He loves to work hard. Everything that he's put in through this offseason has shown up on the field.
A couple things, Hendon. First, what's the story with the high step, especially near the sideline?
Mm-hmm. It just throws the defense off a little bit. It just I try to make them think I'm going to cut it back, and then I just play off whatever movement they give me. If they think I'm cutting it back, then I'll accelerate and go the opposite way. If they try to cut me off, then I can change direction. Coaches
like it, or they get on you for it?
No, they just let me play my game. So as long as the ball's secure and I have it high and tight, then we're good.
And one other quick thing. Have you seen, as the year has gone on, defenses change what they do to you and your receivers?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, many times, we come out, like, example, this past weekend, they came out and ran a lot of cover 0 and, mixed in some cover 2 in there. We weren't really expecting that, but we were expecting a lot of pressure. It's plenty of times that we come out in there looks that we don't expect, and we just go out there and play our game, come back to the sideline, communicate with the coaches up top, and alter our game plan and move on from there.
Eric and then Wes. Hendon, what have you seen from Kentucky defensively on tape so far?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they look good up front. They have some young guys up there, but very, very fast in the back end, have some experienced corners and safeties. Usually we see them kind of drop out in a lot of coverage previous years. They're bringing some more pressure this year. Excited to go out there and compete at a high level.
And then a couple quick things. First, what's it been like as one of Cedric's really good friends on the team, kind of watching him go through this? Everybody knows how hard the guy works. How hard has it been to kind of see him stuck there and trying to play and not be able to play?
Yeah, I know exactly what he's going through. I've battled through injuries before and had to sit out for some time. Just being there and trying to encourage him, I can see it in his face that he wants to be out there competing with us. Even when he's on the sideline, he's dialed in. He's communicating with the receivers. Like this morning, we had our quarterback receiver meeting, and says back in there, communicating with his receivers, what we like, and communicating with the quarterbacks. Hey, we might run it like this, get certain looks. I love just him being here and being positive and bringing that energy and that juice to the team.
And secondly, I'm sure you don't want to get into specifics, but generally speaking, how much more complex are y'all in the passing game this year? How many more things are you able to do that maybe last year, would have been too much to do in the first year?
I think just us having some, having some processes that we've been through this past year that we've encountered this year that we've known how to handle, and battling through different adversities and being on the same page and having chemistry and gelling, and all that just comes into play through the time we've spent through this offseason. and how much more work we've put in this offseason, knowing and being more comfortable in this offense and knowing what the coaches want to see in different situations has definitely benefited us.
And a couple things, going back to Cedric, how much have you and him talked about, it looks like he's getting close to maybe coming back. How much have you guys talked about him coming back, and what do you think he could bring when he does get back?
Yeah, I try to make a conscious effort to always check on my guys, no matter if they're healthy or if they're not. Communicating with Ced, we talk a lot and spend a lot of time together. Just really making sure that his mental is in the right space, in which he's done a great job of just being locked in and staying in the now and knowing, what defenses we're getting and knowing the game plan so that when his time when his time comes and he's feeling better and he's ready to come back, that he'll be in the same flow.
And switching gears, Coach Halsey talked, I think, back in camp about how watching you play basketball and seeing how loose you were, their message to you was to play football like you play basketball. First of all, are you one of the best basketball players on this team? And second of all, how was that a tough process for you to sort of translate just being loose and having fun to football? Was that a process for you, or how much work did that require?
I never really thought about it like that until they kind of approached me with that idea and bringing that attitude from the basketball court, to the football field. And I am the best basketball player on the team. But yeah, it really just helped me find myself and being comfortable in my own skin, so to speak. And I didn't have to be so uptight and demanding and really just trying to be overly focused in my craft. And I can just go out there and have fun, enjoy what I'm doing.
And then a couple of things. Can you overthrow Squirrel White?
It's hard. If I throw it as soon as he takes off, probably yes, sir. Yeah, but him getting down the field is a thing of beauty. He's extremely fast. You can't teach that. Him and Jay Hyatt just have some tools in their belt that are unbelievable. And I love going out there and competing and throwing him the ball.
And as a leader on this team, a guy with a great story, and there are other really good stories of perseverance on this team, how much does William Wright's opportunity and story resonate with you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all through camp and, going back to last year, Will Wright, no matter if he was on the scout team, no matter if he was, with the defense, no matter if he was on special teams, he's going to give 100%. And when I saw Will Wright go out there, I was telling Joe Milton, I was like, Joe, he's going to make a play. And Joe was like, I believe it. He's going to make a play because every day he comes with that same attitude. I'm going to give 100%. I'm going to go hard. Even if guys don't like it, it might be a day where it's a slow tempo and, guys want to catch the ball and get upfield. Will Wright's going to be there playing aggressive and playing how he knows to play, and that's giving 100%. And hats off to Will making a great play and looking forward to him making a lot of more great plays.
Take a few more, Paige. Go ahead.
Real quickly, who do you emulate your basketball game after?
Penny Hardaway.
Okay. And then back to football. As the pressure, kind of continues to mount, you're in another big-time game. How do you all either use that to your advantage or, like you say, just keep it business as usual?
Mm-hmm. Just keeping the main thing, and that's winning ball games. And how we win ball games is how we prepare. Preparing at a high level and being able to come in the meeting room and lock in and be able to communicate with coaches and players about the looks we're getting and about how we want to accomplish different plays. It's something that we take and we pride ourselves in for being perfect. And you'll never be perfect, but, getting close to that is what we strive to do.
Anything else for Hendon? All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank y'all.